like this projects kind of a thing. So on popular demand, we are doing this JavaScript project. We've done a lot of front-end mentor projects, which are the best way to learn CSS. Now it's the time for JavaScript project because a lot of people were asking about this JavaScript project, and there is no participation certificate which will give in here. So the main thing is that you can watch it later on also, but there will be a completion certificate game. How the completion certificate will game? See, we run JavaScript beginners to advanced batches a lot. In fact, this week only JavaScript beginners to advanced is going on. So what you do, you complete the JavaScript beginners to advanced and get a participation certificate. And I'm going to teach today 5 projects and complete 2 projects out of that. Of course, code will not be there. So you see this and complete 2 projects. Complete 2 projects. There will be a Google form in the description, which I have already attached. So fill that Google form with the GitHub link. So put those 2 projects in a GitHub and put that in. So what will be there? Your JavaScript beginners to advanced participation certificate will be upgraded to completion certificate. Okay, completion certificate, like it will be written like you have completed the JavaScript beginners to advanced and also did the project. So that will be much better for the employers, and you can show 2 projects. See, at the end, I always say is the projects which will get you a job. Okay, so the projects will only get you a job. So that is it. And so let's get started. Okay, so let me share my screen. Okay, so JavaScript again, like today we're going to start from the start. We're going to start from very easy JavaScript project, and I'm thinking to have this on Friday also. So slowly, at least you'll get a base of 10-15 JavaScript projects. We're going to have more, like 15-20 JavaScript projects. So JavaScript is very much important. Although in the industry you use React more, but then also you need to have some JavaScript projects under your belt to get a job as a React.js developer. This is also known as vanilla JavaScript projects or DOM projects, because this is a different than the theoretical JavaScript which we do. It uses some special thing known as like special like DOM thing, which are like document.getElement by ID and all those things are there. So that thing, I think in my JavaScript beginners to advanced, we are going to learn today in the evening at 8:30. Okay, so that is there. And so I have I have a folder actually, JavaScript project, and in this only I will create those 5 projects. So the first folder I will create and the first project. So as I've told, we're going to start from the very basic projects. Today maybe we are going to have very basic projects. Slowly we are going to have a lot of projects, maybe another 5-6, another 5 series I'm planning to have, like on Friday another 5, and next Wednesday another 5, so like that, so that you can have a complete from basics to advanced kind of JavaScript also. Okay, so that is it. So I have one folder like JavaScript projects 1. Inside this folder, and the GitHub link will not be there. Okay, so I will have a converter. Okay, the first app name is converter, and the focus will mainly on JavaScript. So sometime I'll copy the CSS also, index.html and style.css and main.js. So these 3 things we are going to have. And so this is a very simple converter app. Okay, so index.html, I will do a not and like this, and converter link CSS, and we're going to use Bootstrap in this project. Okay, we're going to use Bootstrap. Good morning all. Good morning Ankit. Good morning Saurabh. Okay, so we're going to use Bootstrap in this project, and Bootstrap is very easy. Okay, if you want to learn Bootstrap, means you can learn it in 1 hour. Means, but Bootstrap is used sometimes for quickly doing everything, but please do concentrate on Flexbox and Grid. That's what I always say. So now we are going to have here a Bootstrap. Bootstrap is very easy to use. Just you have to use the link of Bootstrap and it will be done. And mostly we're going to use Bootstrap. A bit of CSS we're going to use. So this is done. Now let us create the structure. Okay, let us create the structure. Here I will have a div dot container. Actually, this container is a Bootstrap classes which everybody uses. It's a Bootstrap class, and then I'll have h1 and converter. So what is Bootstrap? Bootstrap is a CSS library. If you use Bootstrap, you don't have to use CSS. Just some of the classes are already made, and I think most of you know what is Bootstrap. Classes are already made. You use that, you don't even have to use CSS. Okay, so now like this, I will have a class equal to display 4 and text center and mb3. It means margin bottom 3. I'll save it. Okay, let me see the whether it is working or not. Okay, yeah, it is working. Opening in my Safari. Okay, no, I don't want to open it in my Safari. I was making it small. Then have this still. Okay, so this is converter is showing like this. So let's get ahead. And now, good morning, Vijay. So now what we need to do, we need to write the rest of the JavaScript. And this is a simple converter app like kg to pounds and like that. All those things we are going to have. So this we have written. So now we need to have a form here. Okay, so we're going to have a form here. Form and action we don't need. Action and all we don't need in JavaScript. Okay, so form we are going to have then h4 like date and class equal to display 5 text left b3. So this weight is also done, and then we'll have a dot form. These are all bootstrap classes which I'm using, so the style will come automatically. So then I have an input box, input field, and input field like it will be a number, and then I'll have ID. We use IDs a lot in JavaScript. ID and 𝐂𝐥𝐸𝐴𝐺𝑠 input and class equal to form control and form control LG placeholder equal to enter kilograms. So it will be showing this nice input because this is all coming because of JavaScript. Okay, not JavaScript, Bootstrap. Okay, so that is there. I will have an input box only in this form, and after this form I will have a card which will show me the pounds. Okay, so enter kilogram will convert it into a pound. So div dot like card primary and this and h4 and I will have an empty div of lbs output. I'll have empty div like this, and this is how it will be shown. This is how it will be shown, and okay. Okay, so then we'll come here, and we'll also add the our script. Okay, so I've added the main.js, and we have our everything ready. Now in the main.js we'll write the logic. So CSS is also done because we're using Bootstrap. A bit of CSS we're going to do later on. So main.js, so what we're going to do, so the moment the user enters something here, it should be shown here. Okay, and because we don't have any submit thing or all, we just have an input. Okay, but it is inside a form. That is very important, inside a form. So what I am going to do first, document dot get element by id, document dot get element by id. And if you want to know what all of these things means, today come in the 8:30 PM class, and today the DOM will be taught. Okay, so DOM programming will be taught today. So that is there, and this is all DOM programming. Okay, so JavaScript projects are all in the DOM programming or vanilla JavaScript, whatever you call it. So after this, I'll have this KGS input. So I have to select this KGS input. So document.get element by ID, and I'll choose this KGS input. Then I will add a event listener to it. So add, maybe I will make it a bit smaller because we don't need this much. Add event listener here. Add event listener, and then here I'll have a input e like this. Okay, so add event listener and input I have given. So what does this means? Means I'm adding an event listener to this KGS input, which is this input box. I'm adding that. Okay, I'm adding let me close the AC and all. So I'm adding a I'm first getting this KGS input, then I'm adding an event listener to it. Then I'm adding an event listener. Event listener is something which continuously keep on listening in the back. It will keep on running. So that is what JavaScript is all about. And then I'm waiting for which event listener. There are different kind of event listener, like click event listener and all those things are there. This is the input event listener. Input event listener is the moment I input something, it will be come. So input event listener, and then I'm getting the E. And one thing I will tell like this: if I have a console here, and if I have a console.log of maybe E, I will write e.target.value. Okay. So what will happen here? I will write here something. So see, it is firing 2 times. It's okay, but it is getting this 12 and all. Okay, so this is how it will get the event listener continuously keep on listening. So that is there. So now we can use this e.target.value here. We'll use it like let KGS equal to like this, and it will be like this document dot get element by ID. And now what I'm going to do, document dot get element by ID, this LBS output I'll take, and dot inner text. This is an empty div. So inner text I'm giving. Inner text equal to what? Inner text equal to, so I already have the KGS, like the 12 I have entered. This I already have this KGS variable into the formula here is 2.2046. Okay, this is the formula. So now I'll come here and enter, and it is working fine. It is working fine. And 69, it is working fine. So like this is how it will work. Okay, so let us do one more thing here, and then we'll go to the next project. And that is like similar to this. We can add a lot of other kind of conversions also, because it's a conversion app. I'll add only 2 because rest of them are code will be almost same. Okay, so this is there, the form and this div. Form and this div is there. So I will actually copy this and I will paste it here. Now I will have the next thing like measurement, and this will be, instead of KGS input, this will be feet input. Everything will be same. Enter feet and card primary. Let me do a card. So these are all bootstrap classes, so I want to show them different. So I've done card success, and then it will be centimeters, and this one will be CMS output. If I save it, so I will see like this. Okay, measurement I'm seeing, and now in the main.js I just have to copy this. Means it will be exact, the logic will be same. Okay, so this is the get element by ID. So now what I am going to get, now I am going to get this feet input, and let this be feet, and now I'm going to get this empty div of CMS output inner text. And what is the formula? Formula you can get from the internet. It is like feet into 30 0.48. Save it. So it is done. Now I will enter the feet. Right, it is there. 12 feet is 365.78 like centimeters. So it is like this. It will come, and you can add more also, like temperature and Celsius is also very common, so you can add that thing and all. So this is how it is done. But the one thing here problem is that, so in Bootstrap everything is by default, it will come like whatever it is there, the default color. So sometimes we have to override those things. See, here everything is black. Dark over dark is very difficult to see. Dark over dark, see, in this it is very difficult to see. So instead of that, we should change this thing to a white color. So I will, that's why I have this small CSS. So dot card block, and then I'll have a color of white. Save it. So see, now everything will be white, and both of this thing will be going on means 59. Okay, so this is how this is done. And so now we'll go to the next project. And the next project is a address book project. Okay, so next is HTML. We'll not even have a style, we'll only have a main.js here. Again, the CSS we are going to take from a thing like Bootstrap, which is known as Material UI. That is from Google. We are going to take it from there. Okay, so now I'll have a not, and this is address book. So this is like the telephone book which we have. So this will be something like that, address book. And we don't have any CSS here, but we are going to take something from the this Material UI and all. This links all you can get it from the sites. So this Material UI is there. So we don't have that Material UI, and then we're going to have very minimum HTML. So all of this, but you'll see the HTML is very, very minimum. Okay, so I'll have a div dot container, and so again address book. Again, it has also got all of this different center align, all of these different kind of things it will also have. And have this and the script. Main.js. So address book is showing correctly means center align and all these are things are taken from this Material UI. Okay, so they're taken from here. So now what we're going to have here, we are going to have a lot of thing here. Okay, I will also explain. So you can make your own address book, means I'll have a lot of data here, but the data will be like same only. I will just tell what is there, means I will tell what is there. Okay, so after this h1 inside this container only, so what I have an input type text, id filter input is there, placeholder such names is there. Then I have a big ul is there, which is ending c, which is ending here. at the end. Then I have in the UL I have ID and class. This is again material UI classes, so it will give us some nice style. So then after that I have a lot of allies I have, and one of the ally like have is the collection header. Collection header is there, and in this collection header I have like I have a, and then there is a collection item in which again I have this href and all, and in this I have this the names I have. So like this it is there. For A I have written. Again the B have a collection header and a collection items. C is there. So like this I have put a lot of names like a address book, like a phone address book and all. Write a number and all also. I have not written that. I'll save it and see this. All of these styles are coming because of your material. I have not written the CSS. I don't even have a CSS here. See this material UI is there from Google Library. It is coming because of that, because we want to concentrate on JavaScript only, not on this all this styling and all. So this main.js is there, and see this is there. So what is our address book? See, address book is like I will search for some name and it should give me that name only. Okay, so let us do that. Let's do that. Okay, so for that now it's time to go to the JavaScript, because JavaScript is also linked. So the thing is that what we are going to first select. So we're going to select this filter input document dot get element by id and filter input dot add event listener, and there is a listener known as key up. So what is this key up event listener? Key up event listener is like yes, let me complete it. So what is the key up event listener? So there are two event listeners. One is like a key up and one is like a key down. So what does they mean? They means the moment you press down a key, that will fire. Any key you'll press down, A, B, any key in the keyboard you'll press down, that will be fired. Key up and key down. Key up means actually when you press some key down event is fired. And then when you take your finger from over it, the key up will fire. And we don't think like this, but we move our fingers very very fast. Like we press A, suppose I press A, then I'll take my finger from top of it. Okay, so that is like that. So that is a, when I take my finger from it, the key up will be fired. When I take my finger, when I press something, key down will be there. Both of them have just a millisecond of delay, so it doesn't matter key up or key down you take, it doesn't matter. So I've taken key up. So this is I'm selecting. So this filter input, it means inside this filter input, this input box, if someone presses the key and take it fingers up from it, then this event listener will be fired. Okay, so that is there. So now what I'm going to do, so, and the user will enter something and he or she needs the result like the filter output should be shown. So that is our motto. So let us do that. So I'll do a let filter value equal to document dot get element by id and filter input. Again I'm taking this filter input dot value dot to lowercase. So the spelling is wrong, it will give me a very big error. Document dot get element by id. Again I'm taking this filter input dot value dot to lowercase. Why I have taken this as to lowercase? See, I need to compare everything. So filter input dot value will definitely give whatever I search here. Suppose I search Abdul here, so ABDUL I will search, but Abdul here it is written as ABDUL. A is capital, B is BD, and all of these things are small. But suppose I type like this ABDUL, then what? Or I would type something like this ABDUL. So what happens in JavaScript or any other programming language, we generally convert that thing into one thing. Either I will convert everything into lowercase, either I will convert everything into uppercase. And soon we are going to convert this thing also into lowercase. So here I'm converting to lowercase. So when I'm going to compare, there also I will compare everything to lowercase. If I'm changing to uppercase here, there also I have to change it to uppercase. So this is how this works. Okay. So then filter value, I got the filter value. So my filter value will contain something like, suppose I typed Abdul, it will contain something like that. Okay. So then Then what we are going to do? Then okay, let me show also. Console.log of filter. I will save it and inspect it and console it. So it will take everything. So but Abdul is that at the end. So that is there. And now what we need to do? We need to do a like we need to get now all the names which are there. So what I'm going to do here, this names is there, so you will have a ID of names. So first I'm going to go that and I'll do a let ul equal to document dot get element by id and names, element by id and names. And so it will get our ul is there. Then let li equal to ul dot query selector all li dot collection items. So ul I'm choosing the ul, and then I am choosing all the collection items. I'm choosing all the collection items. I'm choosing all of them. Okay, so now what does this li actually contain? Okay, let us see this thing. And this is very important to see. Console dot log of li. I'll save it. And actually this will be fired the moment I type anything here. So it doesn't matter what I type because I'm seeing something else. Maybe I'll type it. So see this, what is happening? It is getting something known as a load list, and I have told this earlier also. Node list is something like an array, but not an array, but it is a lot of array functions and all. So it has got a node list of 91 things. So I have 91 elements here. So 91 like collection items here. So it will contain this 91 collection items. Each one of them will have all those things. So 91 collection items it will get. Okay, so 91 collection item. A collection item is this li I'm choosing. Okay, this li. So 91 of them it will be there. So they are there. So now what we are going to do, we have this as an array. Okay, and not an array, like an array kind of thing. And the best thing in node list is that we can do a for each. There is something known as HTML collection. In that we cannot use for each, but for each is the best for loop in JavaScript. So we're going to use that li dot for each, and then I'll have a item like this. And let us first see what is this console.log of what is this item. What is this item? Save it. Again I will type something here. So I'll get this item. See, what is this item? Item is this li. As I've already told, item is this li. So I have each of the li. So now what I want, actually I want the name like Achal, Asim and all those things. I want that name. So how to get that? So to get that, what I need to do here, let a equal to item dot get elements it is elements, sorry, elements by tag name a and a. Why I have to do this thing like, so let me show. Get elements by tag name. When I have something like elements, it will give me array actually. So console.log of a, save it. Again I will type something here. See, I will get, now this is a HTML collection actually, and this a is of length 0. And if I now type a 0, it's of length 0 always. So like this, if I do now, if I do, I'll get this. Now I'll get this a. So I will get this a like this. So now this a is having this, and to get the Achal, Asim and all those things from here, and it is running 91 times. Okay, it is running 91 times. So get that. How do we get that? Okay, we can get that by like a dot inner text. Save it. a dot inner text will give me all of them. Okay, so that is there. Now, what I want, whenever I type something, now the main logic will come. Whenever I type something, I should have that only. Suppose I type A, then I will get all A, I will type, I will get everything which starts with A, B, I will type, I will get everything which starts with A, B. If I type the whole Abdul name, I will get Abdul. So something like that I want. So for that, what I will do, I will come here and do a item dot style dot display item dot, oh, it always happen, I don't know why. Item dot style dot display, item dot style dot display equal to, so again this is a CSS kind of thing. Item, I'm taking whole of the item. Whole of the item is the ally. Whole of the item is the ally, which is seen earlier, is equal to a dot inner text, which is just seen inner text is what, dot to lower case. Why I'm doing this to lowercase? Because this is also to a lowercase, and this now I want to change this also to a lowercase. Okay, then I will only do that. There is something in JavaScript known as starts with. Starts with what? Starts with the filter value. Starts with the filter value. And it is taking in the next line because this is a long line. Starts with the filter value. Okay, starts with the filter value, and if it starts with the filter value, whatever is the filter value, like filter value, maybe it is a b I have written. So if it starts with ab, like inner text starts with ab, then it is block or it is none. So display block or it is none. So if I save it, now my logic is also completed. Now I can close this thing, and if I write aa, see Abdul will be shown. If I write ab, Abdul will be shown. If I write AB, Aditya will be shown, but here there is a bit of a bug is there. See, when I do something for B, A is also being shown. So how to fix this bug actually? How to fix this bug? Again, it is a very small project. Let us fix this bug also. So I have to think about it. Okay, so li, okay, li, I am choosing this. Okay, collection item I'm choosing. Similar to this, I have a collection header also, which is containing this thing. Collection header is also there. Okay, so I have not written the logic for this till now, means I also have to think about it. So let me think about it. So first I will get the collection header. Okay, so for like this okay. And it is the collection header is there. So this collection header is there, so I have to actually do another for loop, another for each, and then this item will be coming here, and this item will now have a okay. What is this item here? So I also have to check. So this A, B, and all these things have come. So the thing is that when I am typing something like A, so and all, so it is like I have to take this again. I have to take whatever is there in this your filter value. So I just thought it about it. So in a second, I the filter value I have to take, and filter value I will take only the starting like this A. So I could have write A, B and all. Okay, so A, B and all, but I have to take only the whatever it starts with, whatever it starts with. So first thing is again like I have to take, let me do it like this h5. I have to take this B actually. So here it was coming like A dot inner text. Okay, so here it will come like let h5, generally we take it like this only, item like this I will have, and I will have this. So always try to go one at a time. Okay, so h5 is there, save it. So see, h5 I'm getting, so h5 dot, if I do this text, you get ABCD, whatever. I needed actually this thing, so I needed this thing. So all the items I need, all the headers items I need. And then what I will do, I don't want to show that item, so I will do item dot style. Okay, so I'll do this thing, same thing like this. H5 starts with this what 12 do lowercase h5 starts with filter, but this will not work actually. I'll tell why. Okay, so if I type a, see, it will work, but if I write a b, so it is also going like a is not showing. Okay, it is okay, like you can use it like it, but a b, at least a should be shown. Okay, so I just thought about it, and like this filter value also needed to be like I need to get the first item from it. Okay, so you can always add something like filter value dot okay, so how to get the start of it? Start of it you will get by thing of an array method, some substring. So see, even I don't remember the thing like sub. So this is how really people work. Okay, sub string. I will not say the false thing. Substring JavaScript. Okay, substring JavaScript I'll do. And this is how really developers work. See, nobody have everything on the back of their mind. I also don't have. So I will either go here or here. So let me go here. Maybe I will go here also. And substring, I have to take a substring of it. Okay, so substring, like I only want to get the first item from the filter value. First item from the filter value, substring part of the start and end index. So if I don't give start index and the end index, start index and end index, like okay, it's very easy. 0 to 1 I have to do. Okay, so substring of 0 to 1 if I give, cannot I give just one thing? So some of them are there. Okay, starts from position 2. Okay, is this no problem? So this filter value is a string, so filter value dot, let me do console log also first. So I'll type console dot log filter value dot substring sub 0 and 1 I have taken. Okay, so let me come back here, and if I type like as, so see, only a is getting, only I'm getting the a. Okay, only I'm getting this a, filter value dot substring of 0 and 1. Okay, so let me do a now. Okay, maybe, yeah, it is perfect. So this is also not going away. So this is how you have to create the logic, and on the fly also sometimes you have to create. Okay, so this thing comes with practice and all. So this is done. So now we'll move to the next one. I have to display this. Okay, to the next one. So 2 projects are done. So next one will also be like simple, and So it will be a simple color flipper. A color flipper we are going to create. Color flipper. Index.html, style.css, main.js. So these three things will be there. Color flipper link style.css, and always do this thing. Script will always be at the end. Script main.js. Save it. Okay, so now we have some of these things here. So here in the body I'll have a like a okay. So here what I have a main tag, so just a main tag, and then inside the div of because I'm going to give some styles here also, div of content. This time I'm not using anything, I'll use pure CSS. Div of container I have given, and then h2 of background color is there, and span is there. Span of color I've just written one color hex code, and then button is there, and button is like click me is there written in the button. I'll save it, and I will actually go live first. So this is the color filter. Now let me get the CSS also here, because we'll concentrate mainly on the JavaScript. Okay, so main dot let me get till this. Okay, let's paint the okay, I will get a bit less. Using a Google font here, so you can also use the same Google font, and the main see, this is the code, and if you want to write, you can write the code. Okay, so this is the container, like main. I have given the main height and all. Display grid press item centers will place everything in the center. Text align is center. A container h2, because I have h2 also. I'm doing this. Okay, and save it, so it will be shown at the mid, shown at the exactly mid. Okay, so that is there. And okay, so now the next thing which we are going to have is this class of color. This I want it to be a different color. Okay, so I'll come here and do the color, save it, so it will be of a different background color will be there. Then we'll so a fancy button here. So button code, and again you can take it from anywhere in the internet, so you'll find a lot of button code in the internet. So I'll have this button code like this. Hover also is there. Hover also is there, and font family and button and all these things are like same here. So I'll save it. So button will be like this, and it will have a hover effect also. It will have this hover effect also will be there. So what is this color flipper? So color flipper means we will flip the color, means whenever we will add we'll click on it, the color will be changed, including the background color and all. Okay, so it is a simple color flipper, and here we are going to choose some random color, means whenever I will click it, some random color will be chosen. So for that, what we need to do, we need to take a variable, like a variable. Okay, that variable will contain all this random color. It will be a not a variable, array of string. see we are going to use the hex value of the color. So you can choose any color. So I have chosen this colors like this. Any color you can choose. So it's a array of strings of different colors. Okay, so that is there. Now we'll go ahead and here the first thing which I have to do is the const btn equal to document dot get element. Not I don't like this document dot get query selector is also there. Okay, get element by id, document dot get element by id. What is our id in the button? So let me bring it here. What is the id in the button is id of button is there. So id is generally we take it for the JavaScript. Okay, so dot button get element by id button, and then I will have this color also. I will select this color. Okay, this color I will select. So const color equal to document. Now I'll use the query selector. Query selector also we can use query selector, but when we use a query selector, I have to use a dot color, not like this. Whenever query selector is more generic. So I have done like this, and good morning, Sandeep. Okay, so we're done like this, and then I'll come here and do a btn dot add event listener, and here I'll have a click event listener, and then it will be like this. Okay, so this click event listener will be there, and this inside this click event listener. Okay, inside this click event listener, we will first get a random color. So how we can get a random color? We will just create a random number function. So const random num, not mum, num. So I'll not write it. Maybe we'll write it here only. So why to make a different function? Random. So math.floor is how you get the random number. So math.floor. So math.random actually this random thing. This it. Let me also explain what is this. Means colors dot length. Colors dot length will be something. Okay. So math.random. Okay, math.random in JavaScript. What does is math.random? Math.random method returns a random number from 0 inclusive up to but not including 1. 0 to 1. 0 to 1 means what? So 0 to 0.9 like this it will return. Okay. So it will return like that. Okay. So return a random number between 1 and 10. So for that we have to add something here. Okay, so means into 10 I have to do into 10 and plus 1, because it will always 0 also it will return. Okay, so it will see it will return 9 here, it will return 2. So like this it will be done. So that is something which we are doing here. So math.random into colors length, which is like whatever it is, like 10, 20, whatever is there, and then we are getting something like something between that only, and arrays start from 0 index also, so we don't have to do +1 here. So that will get, and then what I'm doing this math.floor, so it will get a decimal number also, like 10.234. So we don't want the 10.234, we want only the 10. So that's why we do a math.floor always. So math.floor always is required. So this is how it is done. Okay, so now we'll get a random number, and that random number will be between this only, means whatever is the length of it, it will be between this. Okay, let me also show these things. So this thing console.log random number. If I now inspect console, click, I get a random number 20. So like this I'm getting different random numbers. Okay, so like this it will be getting the random numbers I'm getting. Now what I need to do, as I told, this is a very small project, so document dot body dot style. So this is also a way in which we can give it style dot background color equal to equal to this colors, which is this array and random number. So random number, we have seen random number like 5, 6, 7, whatever. There were different numbers were coming. So if I get, suppose I get random number 3, I get random number is 3. So colors 3 if I pass, so I will get 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, this number. So I'll get this number. So my style background color will be like this. Okay, so this is how it is there. And one more thing we are going to do, this color, this color is there, this one, this color. Okay, so we are going to background color we are changing, and we're going to change the other thing like color dot text content, or text content is like is like inner text. Let us text inner text. Inner text is more common. Inner text is colors and random number. Save it. So now nothing will happen like that. You'll see nothing. Okay, so click it. See, the background is changing, and the whatever is the color ID, whatever is the color ID, it is also been shown. Okay, so if I check it, I have this thing here. Okay, whatever is a color ID, it will also be shown, like colors or random number is my that ID. So if I change it here, see this is shown. So this is how it is showing, and it is looking cool. So this is how it is working. Okay, so the next thing which we are going to create is like a color filter only, but this is an advanced version of the color filter. So this is our project number 4. Okay, so this color filter, and today we are doing very easy projects. Slowly I'm going to continue this JavaScript projects a lot. It's just like we have CSS projects also in the front end mentor, we are going to have more of them also, because projects are very important. The theory is also very important, which you always teach. After that, you have to do projects to get a job. So this front end mentor projects are there. This is the JavaScript projects. Okay, these are the JavaScript projects are there. Okay, so that is there. And now what we are going to do here is the infinite color flipper we are going to create. Infinite flipper I'm going to do, and next.html, and style.css, in.js. So all these things we are going to have. Index.html again not, and it will be infinite color flipper link, and script main.js is there, and okay, so this is there. Save it. Now let us again have something like that only, but the logic this time will be different. So in the normal color people, we have hard coded that thing, but this time we are not going to hard code that thing. Okay, see this, you will see. Okay, it is like same only. Okay, it's like same, but we are going to have some better logic here. Okay, you are going to see that soon. So that better logic you are going to see. Okay, so let me go live here. So infinite color filter again. I think we'll have the same kind of style. So again, so same kind of style we have, and we'll have the button here. And as I've code, you'll not get the code because that is the main thing. So if you want to get the write this CSS style, just pause the video and write the CSS style later on. Okay, so like this we have all these things, and so I've shown this one also and this one also. Just write the CSS like that. So that is done. Now we have to go to the main.js, and here is will be the logic. Okay, So here first thing, let us get the button and the color, just like in the previous thing we will get the button and the color. So const btn equal to document dot okay, this time we'll get there is one more way, like this button is the id is there, get query selector, we can give it with hash also. So why not to have like that hash, and const color equal to document dot query selector dot color. Why it is dot color? Because it is a class. Okay, so this is like this, so we can do save it. Now what we are going to have here, we are going to have a const. So here we're going to create generate the random numbers also, like hex code also, numbers equal to, like I'll have a 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So random numbers like this I have, and then const alpha HABES equal to A B C D E F. Only A B C D E F. Why I don't have everything else? See, because hex code, hexadecimal numbers, if you know, it has got 0 to 9 and then A to F only. A to F only is there. 16 digit is there. It is of base 16. A to F is also only there in the hexadecimal. So we have to generate with this only. So now we will have two different functions. One is to generate this random numbers. One is to generate the random alphabets. So let us have those two functions. So function get random number like this, and here return numbers, and mat dot flow. Again the same thing, mat dot flow, we have seen this earlier also. Mat dot flow, mat dot number, mat dot random numbers into length. Okay, and similar to this there will function get random alphabet, get random alphabet, and that flow. Okay, so it will have this alphabets, and then alphabets. Okay, alphabets dot length. Then let us see whether it is working. Sol dot log of get random numbers, and like this I'll have. Yeah, it is working. So 1 and C is there. So both of these things are working fine. Okay. So I'm getting this. So now we'll come here and we need to create first remove this thing. Okay, there will be a btn dot add event listener, just like there, and we'll again wait for the click event to happen. Then I will have this, then this function will run. Okay, so I will have a variable let hex. So hexadecimal values always start with a hash, so that's why I will have a hash here. Hash been created. Then I will have a for let I equal to 0 and not random number, actually get random. I'll have for I equal to 0, I is less than 6, because hexadecimal consists of 6 digits. So I want a 6 digit. Hex plus equal to get random. This is something which we are going to create soon. Hex plus equal to get random means hex equal to hex plus whatever get random will return. Random will always return me a single digit. Okay, so let us see that let us write the get random now. So I will write a function get random, and this will actually use the get random number and get random alphabets. Okay, so here I will have a it will only return me a single alphabet, and let arr equal to like this I'll have, and then okay, arr dot push dot push. So an empty array I have created, and then in it I am pushing get random number, and then arr dot push get random alphabet. So this is like a array. It is like it will like and get random number and get random alphabets will return me one thing. So it is, I'm calling it like 6 times. I'm calling it like 6 times. Okay, and now what I need to return. So I don't need to return both of these things. I don't need to return both of these things. Okay, so let me show one thing. Console.log of ARR. So what I have in this ARR, it is expect from here, click here. See, my ARR is been called like 6 times. 6 times it is called, and like this having 7 and D. But I don't want both of them. I want between them also. I want only one. So it is like that. First, I'm getting this random numbers. Okay, and then instead of returning both of them, I need only one. So between 7 and D, I want only one, and that again needed to be random. So how to do that? How to do that? So if I do like array dot let me show how to do that. Array dot mat dot floor mat dot random, and it will be so array dot length. I do this, and if I click here, see, I'm getting only one of them back. I'm getting one of them back, and all the times it will be different. Like this, I'm getting this, I'm getting. So all of them will be different. 6, and this with the 6 digits, I can create any hexadecimal. Hexadecimal number consists of anything from 0 to 9 and A to F. So I can create it. So now just I have to return it. Just I have to return it. Instead of console logging, I will return and return it. And what will happen here? It will now go to this hex. So hex will be like an hash is there. After the hash, different things will be added. Okay, let me again show this thing. Console.log of hex. I'm going to save it. Now, I click it. See, I have a proper hexadecimal number. And always it is a different. So it can be like millions and billions of these numbers will be there. Okay, so that is that. So different hexadecimal number. Just now I just have to show this. So this is the again advanced version of that thing. Just have to do a document dot body dot style dot background color is equal to hex, and color dot, maybe this time I'll take text, and text is like inner text. Okay, inner text. Save it, and now if I click it, see, this is coming, and this is actually much more random than that, because totally random, no hard coding is there, totally random. So that is there, and that is we have done. Now we are going to do the last project of today, the 5th project, and this 5th project will be a bit bigger and will be a bit more complicated than what we have done till now. And we are going to do a Lorem Ipsum generator. So like the Lorem Ipsum generator, which we get in VS Code, we are going to create some Lorem Ipsum generator right now. So I'll come here and write a create a new folder, Lorem Ipsum, Lorem Ipsum. Okay. So again, in this, I'm going to have a index.html, style.css, and main.js. So these 3 things I'm going to have. So index.html, I will go and Lorem Ipsum generator, link the CSS, and not stjs, main.js is there. Okay, so that is there. Now let us have some code here. Okay, so here in the index.html, I'm having a section. I'm having a section, and it is having class of section center. Then I have a S3 of hipster ipsum. We're telling it as hipster ipsum. Then I have a form. Inside the form, I have a lorem form, class of lorem form, and a label is there, for is there, and paragraph is there. And then I have a div, in which again a class is there. And then I have a two type of input. One is the input type range. Input type range is a new kind of an input in which you have a slider. The slider is there, and the type of number is there. See, both of them has min value and the max value, and value by default it is 5. And one more thing, like ID is, both of them are different. Then we have button to submit, and button is the class button generate. And then we have an article of lorem text. This is a empty, and we'll have something here. So let me save it. Let's save it, and then I will go live. And see, it will be shown like this, without the css. It will be shown like this, history, some paragraph. So this is the range thing. This we can move like this. Okay, this we can move like this. Range thing, this is a very common thing in a lot of websites, the range. Okay, so the range is there. So now let us have the css of this. Okay, so the css, let us get the css. Let us slowly get the css. So the first thing in the CSS, which I am having this star, and I can have this. This is sometimes a thing which a lot of people do, after and before. After and before. So a lot of time we have after and before tag. So if you do like this, it will be great. Like after and before will be also be done, because start doesn't select that. So after and before I'm selecting. Then Segway UI. Okay, Segway UI. Anyways, I'm not using. So let me give that the Tahoma. So this is there, and margin and padding 0, box sizing, border box, common thing which I've done, font family, background color, and all these things are there. And H3 also I have given some style. So you can pause the video and do this styling. So this is looking like this. Now we have this lorem form. We are going to give the style for this lorem form first, and this para amount num is there. So we are going to give that para amount num. So this lorem form, I have this text transform is capitalized. Capitalized means the first one is capital and rest of them are small. So it is different than uppercase and lowercase. Some letter spacing, margin top, margin bottom, display flex. I'm making it a display flex and putting everything at the center. So if I make this as display flex, everything will actually move at the center. This 3 lines moves everything to the center. Again, this paramount, I'm making it as this making it as display flex. So it has a 2 children. So this will be like at the center. So let me save it. So see, it will come, it will show like this. Okay, display flex and all. So the next thing is that this label, I have a label here, and this and I have a inputs. I have inputs here. So input, these two things I'm going to do, label and input. I'm going slow on CSS, but I'm not writing the CSS because it's a JavaScript project, not a CSS project. But again, I will give you time to write this CSS and all. So okay, so this label and input has been there. So now it is showing much more better. This label, see, label I have changed the font color and input also I have given this padding and all I have given. So this input has been shown like this. Okay, so both of them are actually padding and width and all of those things are changed for both of the input. Like this is one input, this is another input. Now it is showing much more better. So now the only thing is remaining is the button. So this button we are going to do. So button has a class of button. So let us do that button. So again, this button, we have a lot of things here. This button and text transform and font weight and cursor and all these things are there, and I'll have a button hover. So button will be shown much more better, and it will have a hover also. Now we'll have one more thing like where is that? Okay, okay, okay. So we will soon have one more in the from the JavaScript. We will have like, okay, no problem. So we'll now start the JavaScript. This is the main thing. So we want to generate the lorem ipsum here. So that is there. So let's write the main logic. So I want to write, see, this hipster ipsum is like a, it's a lorem ipsum actually. Ipsum generator. It is like lorem ipsum only. Only this is like it is like a bit different. Like, okay, so like this is there 5 and hipster need type. Start with, okay, no, not like this. So I want 5 paragraphs here. So I've written this thing. So I got actually 5 paragraphs here, and this is something which I will put in my code. Okay, how I'll put. So anyways, I'm not getting from here, means it will be hard coded, but that logic will be like very good. So I'll have a const, again I'll have a const text is equal to array will be there, and then I'll have like I'll have 1 2, how many I'll have, I'll have not 5, I'll have 10 actually, because I want to get some randomness also. I'll have this 1 2 3, okay, this one typing. Lorem, this hipster ipsum is sometime much more easier to understand than the lorem ipsum. See, but again, it doesn't makes any sense. Okay. One thing is there. Some of them have this quotes also. So what is better? Not to use this single quotes like this. Instead of this, I will use a backtick. Okay, it is always advisable. That's why it is always advisable to use this backtick. So it can see, now I'm not getting that error. So I will change everywhere a backtick only. Backtick, because this is also a string in JavaScript. This backtick is also a string in JavaScript. So I'll have this. Comma. So I have all this pen thing. Now I need to write the logic for the range and the input field. I will write the logic. So let me first have all these things select, all these things selected. So I'll have a const form is equal to document dot query selector, and this is like a lorem form. Come here and dot lorem form. is there, and const num of para equal to document.query selector. Okay, what is this? Num of para. Num of para is actually ID. Actually, it's an ID. So I have to give a hash. I have to give a hash because num of para is an ID. So now the next thing is this. This num of para range also I'll select. So const. Okay. Num of para range equal to document.query selector num of para range. Yeah, right. Then I will have a result. Okay, the result will be having this text, lorem text. It will be choosing this lorem text. So const result equal to document.query selector dot lorem text. So I have selected everything. Now I have a sync para, a function of sync para. Okay, so let me first have two event listener here to this num of para and num of para range. Okay. So num of para dot add event listener, and it will call this. So the moment I do a input here, and num of para, which is like this thing, num of para is like this, and okay, so input, the moment I input here, and it will have a sync para numbers. Sync para numbers is there. Okay, so what is there? Actually, what is there? We want to sync both of them. See, if I click, if I make it more less range, so it should change this also. If I do it from here, it should change this also, because both of them are for the same thing. Both of them are for the same thing. So that's why we have to do it like this. Okay, so num of para range at event listener is like this sync para. So we have to create this function like function sync para, and it will take e and const value equal to e dot target dot value. Again, we are going to get everything here. What I'm going to do is like num of para dot value equal to this value which I have just written here, and num of range value is equal to this. So now see what will happen here. If I like click here, see, this is also increasing, and it is go maximum till 10, and if I make it as 4, this is also done. So this is what I have done, so that both of them are linked together. So both of them are linked. Now we will complete the logic to create a, means the, if I generate it. So this is done. Now we will need to write the logic that when I click here, the text should be generated. So I will have this button is inside means form. So I can have the event listener on the form also. So I'll have a here. I will have a form dot add event listener and submit submit and key. First thing is that in a form you always have to do a e dot prevent default, e dot prevent default you have to do. Now I want to get the value of nums of para or nums of range. Anyone I can take because both of them are same. So, but here there was a problem. Actually, it was sending string. So if it was sending, I don't want the string. I want it as a number. So there is a function in JavaScript known as parseInt, to which string. So string of number it was sending actually. So const value equal to parse int. There is a parse int function in JavaScript. What it does, it will change the integer to a number. So parse int I have done. Then I will have a let temp text equal to text dot slice and 0 comma value. So what is this text? What is this text actually? Text is this text dot slice 0 to value. So, and what is this slice? Let us see what is this slice. Okay, slice in JavaScript. So slice in JavaScript means, okay, slice in JavaScript means that suppose this is there and banana and orange and all. So if I do from like this, it will slice it like whatever I pass. It is used to slice the array. So suppose I have 0 I'm passing and value I'm passing. So what does that mean? So suppose the value is 4. So 0 to 4 it will pass. It will pass till 0 to 4 because what is Lorem Ipsum generator? I want to have 4 paragraphs. Okay. So 0 to 4 it will pass like that. Okay, 0 to 4 and all. So my new array will contain like 0 to 4. So that is there. Okay. So if I want to do, I will show this thing. Okay. Console.log of temp text I'll show, and I will come here, maybe 5, maybe I will have or 2 3. Okay, I'll do a console and see this new array is there, and which is have only 3 elements. First 3 elements it is having. So now what I need to do, I just need to show that on the system. Okay, I just need to show that. And okay, so let me remove this thing, and now I will update my temp. I'm using the same thing, temp text equal to, actually my temp text is right now it's an array. Temp text at line number 28 is an array. So temp text temp text, we just saw it's an array. Okay, we just saw it's an array like this. Okay, temp text dot map. I'll do map here. Map changes an array to means whatever it you pass in an array, it will convert it into the string. I will show what it will be converting. Okay, so I will write it as item, and then I will write uh, this p of item, paragraph of item, and I'll have a class equal to, I will have some styling here. Okay, so result here. So actually this class, this result, so I can now have this here, not result. Okay, so I will have some styles for it, and it will be like width and margin. So width, it should not go beyond. So width and margin have given. Okay, so that is there. Now what is there? Okay, so let me also show now what is this temp text right now. Okay, so console.log of temp text. Before that it was an array of string like this it was there. Okay, so when I do this map, so map returns, if I array of length 3 you give, map will return that only. So let me make it again 3 and generate. So see, now it is again an array, but each one of them have this p of result attached to it. P of result attached to it. Now what I will do, so there is another method. Okay, so that is again a very important method, like join join JavaScript. Join JavaScript. Okay. So let me show it here. So like this, if you have here, so what will happen here? So it will join like this. Okay, join like this. But there's one more thing here which I think they have not shown. Let me have this. Okay. So they're telling that and we can give. Okay. It is very slow. Okay. So okay, I'll directly show it. It is actually used to join an array and change it to a string actually. So this join, I'm going to use it here. Like after this, I'll have a dot join, and this will be like this empty array like this, and like this it will be there. Then okay. now see this console.log text. Okay, let me have this as for generate. See, now we have a very big string and no common, nothing, is just a one p is ending. The moment the one p is ending like this, one p is ending, the next p is getting started. So this is a very big string. So in HTML what happens, we give everything in a format, so but it is not required. I can give all this thing in one line, it won't affect anything. This is just for us to understand, not for the computer to understand. So I can have a big string. So what is this? This is a big string with ppp ending. So this is like this, I have this thing, your template. Now I will just have to show this result. So this result is the, what is this result? Result is this empty article tag. Okay, so this result I will just come here and do a result dot inner HTML I have to do. Why inner HTML I have to do? Because this is what ppp, so it will not interpret. If I give inner text, it will, or text only, it will not interpret it as like that. So I'll do save. Now I will close this anyways, and I will click on the generate, and it will generate me this thing. If I make it like 2 generate, it will generate like this. If I make it like 10 generate, it will generate me like this. So our generator is done. So this is how you create a generator. So Lorem Ipsum generator, and we are done with all 5 projects. And as I've told, we are going to do more projects like this. So these were very simple projects, and more projects like this will be done, like another 5 we are going to do maybe build. So we're going to have a lot of CSS projects also, and a lot of JavaScript projects also. Other projects will also be there, React.js projects and all this thing, but that will come, because you all need to do JavaScript projects and CSS projects first. So JavaScript projects were also demanded, and this is there. And as I've told, I'm not going to give the code. Why? Because this is a certification thing. In our site, everything is certification. Most of the things which I now do are because of certification only. So maybe some very complicated thing we can give the code, but most of the things are related to certification. So the way to get the certificate is mentioned there. You have to complete any JavaScript beginners to advanced course, which right now also this week also JavaScript beginners to advanced is running. So you have to complete that, get the participation certificate there, and come back here and do 2 projects. I have done 5 projects. Do 2 projects from here, and put it in a GitHub and complete the form. Okay, if you don't know how to do a GitHub, please learn about it, and it's very important. Learn about it. And if you then also you will not able to do GitHub, just ping me that you have done those 2 projects, and these other 2 projects I have done, and sir, I want my JavaScript participation certificate to be converted into a completion certificate, in which we will also write that you have completed the projects. Okay, so that is there. And with this, I will end today's stream, and see you all today at 8:30 p.m. IST in the JavaScript. And today we're going to cover the DOM.